Right, okay, so I'm down here in the Watershed in Wimbledon with a band called the Inwits. Okay, guys, if you could just tell me who you are and what you do.
I'm James, I play guitar and I'm on lead vocals.
My name's Joe, I play the bass and do a bit of vocals as well.
Name's Stephen, I play lead guitar.
Johnny, play drums.
Cool, okay, so if you guys can, first of all, just describe to me the sound that the Inwits make.
Well, we try and make a bit of a rootified sound, if that makes sense. We hark back to the 50s and we take it from there, really. Yeah, go on.
Got a lot of influences, really, and we can try and, don't try and stick to the same thing, but generally kind of we like a bit of Motown, a bit of like rootsy rock and roll kind of thing. And
I mean, we are obviously a guitar band, so live, whatever you can do with that, we try to. But in terms of influences, it's not just music that we take influence from, it's like spoken words, literature, and anything, film, anything, so we try and put that into our songs in terms of what we write.
So you've got quite an all-encompassing sound, and obviously you said you're influenced by a bit of literature and film, so would you say you're quite an intelligent band, or?
We certainly like to think so, when we're sober anyway.
Words of arrogance.
So how long have you guys been going for?
Not that long, actually, to be fair. We've only been together, well, me and Joe have been writing songs for about 4 years now, and we were in a band before, which we like to think of as our learning curve.
So what happened to them?
Not much, to be honest. we did the circuit and we realised that it's a lot more than the circuit that you need to do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and some people kind of want it more than others. Like we broke up, our guitarist sold his guitar, bought a motorbike, and didn't really see him again, so I don't know where he's gone.
Sell out. And then met Johnny about a year ago on drums when I was playing a solo gig.
Yeah.
And then we became friends, and then we met Steve through Gumtree, like, thank God for the internet, and then he came in and we just knew that we had the 4-piece there. But in terms of playing together, we've been together about, is it October?
Yeah,
not that long.
Practicing.
But we haven't stopped. Like we know the game now. It's like in the rehearsal room, playing gigs, and just being a band, full stop. Right.
So being a band, full stop, is full time for the Inwits, then, is it?
Completely. Like that's the only way it can go anywhere. Like, you know what I mean? We're not under any illusions at all on that front.
None of us have full-time jobs. We're all kind of mainly students. I'm kind of just struggling through the credit crunch and what happens.
We're bumming it, let's be fair.
It's impossible to do a report for the radio without getting the phrase credit crunch in there. It has to be done.
Yeah, I told you we're intelligent.
Yeah. So you've been together as a 4-piece then since October. I've seen you down here at the Watershed before. Very good. I was really impressed. What other gigs have you got lined up? You're playing tonight, right?
Yeah, we're playing tonight at the 12 Bar. Pretty much as soon as we do this with you, we've got to jump on the Northern Line on a Sunday night, which will be fun. And then next Saturday, Root Studios in Old Street with a few friends' bands. Back down here at the Watershed at the end of the month. And I believe we're playing Tommy Flynn's in Camden. Yeah. And we've got more in the pipeline, obviously, do you know what I mean?
So it's busy, like it's a busy time for you guys at the moment, and obviously, like you said, you are doing it full time, so the more gigs, the better. So you said like you're starting to know, or you know the circuit already now, and you've got to do more than just the circuit. How are you fixed in terms of like management, PR, pluggers and things like that, or are you going it alone at the moment?
Well, we've just taken on board, or he's taken us on board, a friend of ours, Kieran, is one of the best hustlers that we know, well, the best hustler that we know, and he's helping us look after a lot of like the business side that goes into it, which helps us concentrate on the music, which is obviously one of the main things. Well, the main thing.
Yeah, you could just have someone else to ring people up and knock on people's doors and just get us gigs and get us noticed.
And then, like, we're aware of the importance of just going out to gigs, and not just the importance, but obviously we want to, we're in a band and we want to go and watch other groups as well and see them and become friends with other people. And having like been in bands since like the age of 18, you get to meet people anyway. So on that front, it's good. In this day and age, like with the internet and everything like that, the do-it-yourself aesthetic is something that we really take on board and like something that we'd like to follow. But whoever's there to help, we're obviously not going to turn down. Like,
because you've got a couple of like DIY recordings that I've heard on your MySpace, which is your MySpace is myspace.com.
/the Inwits.
The Inwits.
Yeah.
Cool, and that's INWITS, isn't it?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, so I've heard some of those recordings as well. So yeah, describe to our listeners, you know, the tunes that you've got on your MySpace, what they're about or what they're called, or.
Well, that's like the beauty of GarageBand. I think it's on Apple. Me and James just kind of sit around my house and record the tunes on it, really. Just try and whack the reverb up as much as we can. Obviously, we want to eventually get some band stuff down, but like, try and take a different kind of slant on it with me and him playing acoustic. And yeah, I don't know, it's different. Like, Uncle Tom's on there, which is our major kind of rootsy one. Like, it's missing Steve's, obviously, lead guitar, which kind of makes the live
we're
sound.
just not capable of playing.
No.
So like, Steve's going to come into that one.
He's a musician.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, like with GarageBand, like there's certain things you can do and there's certain things you can't do, and we're never going to be able to like encapsulate what the band sound like on that. So we have to go through a different route, but we can also add things to it, like a little bit of piano here and there, like, and just try and do some certain tunes that we're really pleased with. But at the end of the day, we are a 4-piece, and we want our songs to sound like a 4-piece. So that's like the next step, really. We just want to be really knocking down in the studio as a band, sort of thing.
Cool. So at the moment, if people want to hear, you know, what the Inwits truly sound like, they've got to come and see you live, to be honest.
Well, you can hear, like, if you want to hear what the sort of songs that we're writing, you can go into MySpace, but they'll be changing all the time, because like, we're not lazy as songwriters. Like, we consider that our job, really. Like, we're yet to get paid for it. But
we like to rework tunes anyway,
Yeah.
like play, you know, we've got a few versions of different songs and things we record, and not necessarily why we play live, but that's just...
The Uncle Tom that we play live isn't the same as the one on the MySpace. Like, it's got a different kind of vibe to it.
like that, the Uncle Tom that we play live, the only way you could really encapsulate that is like through seeing us as at a gig, really, or like in the studio when we're bang on the money, like, because that's just about feeling and just out and out like groove, really. But yeah, no, like, you can get an inkling as to what we're like on MySpace, of course, because songs are songs at the end of the day. But to sound, you know, as we are a band, like I say. So in the studio is where we will be next as a 4-piece.
So have you got any plans for that? When's that happening?
Early Feb is like the definite date, and then we know a couple of people that are doing like music tech and sort of things like that, and
Let's take a road trip to Leeds, I think, to record it up.
hopefully, yeah. We want to get a few, you know, we want to be in the studio a few times, yeah, and not waste time and not leave it 6 months between each demo and that sort of stuff. You know what I mean? We want to just get the songs down, because we have a lot of songs that we're really pleased with, and we think that they could hit the public consensus. So that's the plan, really, just to get them down.
Cool. Well, I mean, it always helps to know someone in the industry, what with the credit crunch, as we've already said. Studio time's expensive. Yeah, but, so, you know, like, where are you guys all from? I mean, obviously you explained how you met, but are you from Wimbledon, or I remember James, you said you're from around Croydon, right?
Yeah, well, that's...
UK Garage, really. That's
yeah. That's right. Yeah, that's
the future for the Inwits?
Yeah.
Two-step.
Me and him used to be MCs and DJs, that's how we met. Nah, that's a joke. Me and Joe are from Croydon, and then...
Frisbee Park.
Okay, cool.
And I'm from northwest London, Edgware.
Right, okay, so you've got quite a London geographical spread there.
Yeah,
so.
it's a journey, man. It's like on the practice front.
Definitely making an effort to make sure we can all get together and practice. And
which, like, ironically, I find actually it's sort of a blessing in disguise that we come from opposite ends, because that's when you know you're serious, when you're like, when these lads, like, they travel down today on a Sunday to come and rehearse here, and then we're going back into London to play a gig. Me and him will go up to Mill Hill, which is like literally the other end of London, to Croydon, and we'll go up there on a Tuesday night, and we won't get in till like 12:30, 1 in the morning to rehearse. We're meeting in central London, you know, we rehearse like 3-4 times a week. That's what you've got to do, and it's all over, and that's the only way to do it, really. Like, do you know what I mean?
So you certainly got the dedication there, what with the travel and, you know, all the practices you're putting in and the studio time you're having booked in February.
A lot of money on travel cards.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, usually one of the first things a journalist will do when they ask bands where they're from, whether it be South London, North London, or Midlands, Leeds, whatever, up north, is they'll try and categorise the sound into where they're from in London. So you guys are quite lucky in that you've got, you know, that, like I said, that geographical spread.